it's morning right now. That's why it's good morning. We're going to change the outer tie rod on 2017 Hyundai Elantra. The first thing first, you go ahead and put a choke behind it, get everything you need, my toolbox, my jack with the stands. That box has the torque, my handy dandy wrenches, the pliers, and the wrench set. And that's an inner rod, but I don't know if I'm gonna replace that or not, but I went on and bought it anyway. And I got the Hercules thing, but it's not strong enough to pull that. I guess the battery's not strong enough, so I'm gonna have to do a manual. I have to cross. And then last but not least, Mia, there you go, you need her. All right, so first thing first, loosen this. Make sure you go left to loosen it, right to tighten it. All right, so without further ado, loosen this much as you can. Well, not too much, but loosen it by a few turns. Then jack up your car, secure your car by jack stands or whatever means necessary. That way it don't fall on you or fall on the ground and break more stuff or kill you. And yes, I say kill you. It might not, but better be safe than sorry. And once you loosen these, jack it up, take it out. Take the nuts out and then take the tire out. So without further ado, let's move on. All right. So when the lug nuts are real tight, always get one of these. I just went and bought one. What you could do is you put a pipe like that in here and then pull it down. It gives you more leverage. So you go undo all these lug nuts. That's the best way to do it, unless you have a powerful impact wrench. So now I got all them loose. I'm gonna find a spot to put the jack it up, put the stands, and then remove the wheel. You make sure it's holding it right. The notch sits right on the notch of the jack. Give a couple bumps. Make sure everything is good. All right, as you see, I always put a wheel underneath it anyway. Added the safety, then I got two jack stands and a jack. Everything is ready to go. See the space on the jack stand? So if anything happens, it'll sit right on it. If anything happens, it'll drop right on the tire. This is still on there. And this is what we're gonna work on. So I'm probably gonna have to change that. Let's see how bent it is. So we're gonna start with this and work way out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this pin off, and the new one should come with the new pins. Take this pin off, use a needle nose plier to pull it out. Then use a socket to get rid of these, and this should drop. Or you might have to tap it a little bit to drop it. And then you loosen this nut so you could take these out. But when you take these out, you gotta count how many turns it took to release this from that, because that's how many turns you gotta put it back in there, so you could get this the same distance the way it is. All right, so once you remove the cotter pin, you need 17mm wrench to undo this. I'm gonna use my ratchet gun. Hopefully it'll work. It won't even fit. I might need a bigger one. I don't know. All right, so what I did is my ratchet, my impact wrench is 1/2 inch. So I use, can you see it? 11/16. 11/16. That's same as 17 inches. 17 millimeter. I use 11/16 to remove that from here. And then now we just tap these down and it should come loose. Tap these down and it should come loose from here. All right, so just try to hit between here and this part to release this knuckle. Once the knuckle is removed, and so you gotta count this counterclockwise, how many full turns you take to take these out, because you gotta put that many turns back in. Okay, to loosen these, you need to put 15 millimeter wrench here and then apply it on this side. Well, I don't have a 15, so I'm just gonna use pliers on both ends to loosen it out. So the plier here and plier here. All right, so it's not gonna be as easy as it sounds, but you gotta get this nut back up there somehow and unthreading this. It took me a good 10 to 20 minutes to get it done. And I counted rotation, I got 19. So I'm gonna jot that down on my phone somewhere because I don't have nothing to write it on. But if you got a marker or something, you could write it down somewhere over here so you could remember. But I had 19 turn. It'll turn this way to unloosen it. So you're gonna have to hold the nut like this if you don't have a 15. And then I use 7/8 to turn the outer tie rod. So 19 round turns I had to get that out. All right, so now you're gonna have to remove that pin. Just use your needle nose plier, clip it, and then bring it out. All right, to remove this boot, you're gonna have to go down in there and I don't know if the camera's picking up or not. See that little notch right there? See that little notch right there? You gotta break that notch open to get this boot out. It's gonna be the hardest part right here of the whole job. All right, as you see, you got it out. Then you pull the boot all the way out so you have room. Then you gotta remove these. Once you get all these, go on the other side and turn the steering and pull this tie rod out your way much as you can. That way you could put the tools for you to, get to the thing right here, so you can put the special tools that he needs to undo this tie rod. Now, this is the special tool you need to remove that. The best thing, once you get that in, go ahead and remove the nut and the boot and everything. That way you have enough room to play around with it. Then you put these tools in, tighten these nuts as much as you can, and then put your socket wrench in here and turn it that way. Nice. Put your extension like that. You're probably gonna need extra leverage, so have somebody help you. Put a pipe through it and then go to your left. There it is. The inner tie rod and outer tie rod out. It took us about a good, hour and a half. You have to use these to get leverage and all kinds of stuff. All right, so this is your new inner tie rod. It'll come with this white packing, whatever they call that thing, I don't know. But you just screw that right into that hole. All right, once you get it tight, I got this torque wrench that I used. And according to Google, I don't know if you can see it or not, I had to set it between 35 and 37 foot torque. So can you see the 35 where it lined up at? That's what I put it on there. And then you put the wrench and turn it until you hear the click. Once you hear the click, you got it. All right, so I went to 3 places: O'Reilly, AutoZone, and Advance. They don't have these. I have to buy these and that together. So I'm like, okay, we'll do that. But they don't have these in stock neither. One say it'll be here tomorrow. One said it'll be here by the 10th. The other one said they can't even know. They don't even know what it is, or they can't find it, whatever. So this is what I'm gonna do. And this is just a booth or a cover, which will protect that and that from dirt getting in, right? So what I'm gonna do is I went and got some clamps, handy dandy clamps from Walmart. These clamps should work. So we're gonna go that route and see what it does. You gotta make sure the boot sets real good on it, all over. Gonna have to tell before you put the clamp on. All right, so this is how I got it in. See the pin? See the ratchet? Now I'm lucky this time I got this ratchet. Well, I just turn these and it'll tighten that. Let's see if you can see it. There we go. See it? Dang it. But yeah, use that kind of ratchet, it'll help you tighten it up. Alright. Once it's tight, just double check it. And double check around it as much as you can. Put your hand around it and see if you can feel the edges. And you don't see, like, for example, you don't see the rubber out or in or bent. Just put your finger around it and see, make sure it's flushed. All right, now I'm gonna put a pin right here and then work my way out. And that's the pin. Yeah, make sure it's covering everything on all sides. The new one's gonna come with the new pin, new screw, new that. The tie rod comes with the nut. Now you gotta remember how many turns you had to take it out. You gotta put that many turns back in. Alright, so before I put all this stuff on, what I do is I put some of this grease on here. I'm gonna put it on here and right here. It's not recommended. I didn't see any of all the videos that I seen. They didn't say nothing about putting them on, but I'm gonna do it anyway. It's all-purpose grease, so it'll help with the water and stuff. So that's what I do. That's up to you if you want to do it or not. Like I said, the videos that I watched, nobody done it, but I'm gonna do it anyway. All right, so far so good. That's in, that's tight. This is tight. That in. Now when you put this in, you gotta make sure that, see the little hole? You gotta have enough room for the pin to pass through here to the other end. And you spread the pin out, that way it'll hold it in place. But you also gotta know what torque you need to tighten these. You just can't tight. So I'm Googling it, and according to the Google, Hyundai Elantra, outer tie rod and castle nut, 17 to 26. So I'm gonna put 17 to 26. I think this one needs 11/16 ratchet. All right, you see what I mean? The hole. Now I don't have a deep socket to use my torque, So what I did, I just kept using my wrench until I start feeling resistant, and then I pushed it in a little bit to align the hole with the notch. So you don't want to do too much, or you don't want to leave it too little neither, because you don't want this thing to pop. Alright, so this is the pin job I did. I'm pretty sure I could do better than that, but and then I cut the excess off. Then try to level this out. See it? And then make sure this tight. And that's it. Time to put the wheels on. Alright. Put it on. Hand tighten it or tighten it with the wrench. Just enough where, you know, when you feel the snag, do the start pairing. And then lower the car and then tighten it again until you feel it's tight. And that's how you do it. I hope this video is helpful, and hope you take less time than I did. But make sure you have all your tools ready. That's all it's all about. Tools, and a whole lot of strength to get that inner tie rod out. All right, appreciate it. Don't forget to check out that floor mat link. All right.